snow. Look at snow.
Okay, we'll just get it.
Oh, Judy got me. Nobody else is throwing snowballs. Ah! Woo-hoo! Woo! Wait. See? I'm eating. No, I'm Mount Cook. Boy, it's slippery on snow. Are we supposed to walk up here?
He hasn't told us not to.
Well, be careful. It's the mountain.
Yeah, these rocks will fall over.
Dave,
Watch out there.
Dave, come on.
Judy.
You think he should go up there, Jim?
I don't care.
Oh, are you?
No, just get up here. You
One
don't
more
need to
than
go
two
up
of us.
there. Why are you going to go higher?
Let me get one more of the two of us.
Before you get up there.
Oh, they want the two of them. But Dave. Oh, I gotta take a piece.
I was gonna say, I want to take a piece of slate from Mount Cook.
Yeah, me too. There's Dave. He's climbed the mountain. You getting in there? Thanks. Wait, hold still, Jude. Get back there, please.
Take his glasses. Come on, take the damn glasses off.
Throw off.
How long do we get up here?
Great shot.
Oh, I didn't do it.
How long do we?
Another couple of minutes.
Oh, a couple more
Another hour.
minutes. Couple more minutes.
I wish it
That was
wasn't
a
up
great.
there.
That was a great ride.
Hey, when we go back, let's
No,
change
you
it
didn't
out.
Beautiful day for
Yeah, then you can get in the front.
Does it get any better than this?
Today, huh?
Does it get any better?
Oh yes, some days it blows like hell and it's about -4 degrees and you really enjoy it.
This is better. This is about as good as it gets, right?
When we get there.
And we're about ready to leave now. The helicopter. Oh, hi Dave. The hills are alive. The hills are alive. I don't know where they are. Okay, we gotta go. Lunar Glacier. now leaving Mount Cook, going to, where are we going? Times you have to be in.
Let's talk to braid your hair.
On our way to Tiana.
The no smoking place.
Pardon me?
The no smoking place.
Well, aren't they all? And they should be.
If you are familiar with the facilities on board this aircraft, please don't hesitate to ask. Shortly we'll be coming through the cabin to serve you a light snack, including tea or coffee.
Look how it's hitting the mountain. Yeah.
Good morning everyone, your first officer Andrew Vincent speaking. Welcome aboard. We're cruising at 10,000 feet at the moment and good views around the aircraft now, especially down the left hand side of the aircraft looking into Lake Wanaka and Lake Hawea. Wanaka Township just going into view there as well. At the right hand side looking right over onto the west coast of the South Island and the Tasman Sea. Flight time today is just on 40 minutes. We'll have you disembarking outside Tiana at 5 to 8, and the weather ahead of us there, calm with a wee bit of cloud in the area and 12 degrees. We've left the door up to the cockpit open if anybody would like to come up and share the view.
It's a gift. Down over there. Pouring, you can see it?
My, look at that.
Pouring out of there.
You guys can help me picture. How was it?
You got another waterfall?
No, there's a lake down there, like.
Lake?
Oh, okay.
That's, I guess, a glacier right there.
Yeah, I think it is.
Leading into that little lake.
Tasman Sea.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Vincent speaking again. Just an update on our progress towards Manapuri. We're coming up on the west coast of the South Island now, right on Milford Sound. Hollyford Valley, down the right-hand side behind that right-hand wing. And in a couple of minutes we'll be turning left, banking left, and you should have good views out both sides of the aircraft, especially the left-hand side looking down into Milford Sound. Then proceed off to Manapuri and Te Ao.
An island.
Oh, here we go.
It's hard to get.
It's hard to
The other
get.
lake right there too, Mike.
Yeah, on the right.
It's a.
Beautiful.
Wow.
You going up front?
No.
You want to sit down here, dear?
No.
Can I help you or anything?
No.
On your way?
Yeah.
Go first. No, you go ahead.
I want to wait till he comes around. See, when I'm zooming and I'm standing, it's very difficult.
Is it a boat going
I
down?
think, yeah.
Is it a boat? Can you see?
Just a minute, Dave. I can't see it.
Okay, dear. We're
I think so.
I don't know which one. You know, or how it weaves in and out. There's
What's
a
the
map
sound?
for you.
Milford.
There you go. Okay, watch your head.
Yeah. I think it's a ways up yet.
Look, there's a building down
There's an
there.
airport. Is that an air thing?
There's an airport. Yeah, right.
That's a
Oh my
boat.
goodness, we're going to go down there.
No, I don't think.
No,
We are?
He said just a farm.
Is there a big waterfall up there?
That's going to be exciting.
That,
Is that the airport then? No.
is it an airport?
Is that a little too
That's boats parked in the harbor.
Oh.
Those are boats parked in a harbor.
Well, it has to be an airport. You're not getting in and
Do they
out.
mind if we make a, the lights?
It's not where we're going.
That's pretty.
Do they just waive the security check for these smaller airports?
I guess.
What do you mean the security chief?
Well, put in your bags. Imagine they
This
got
is the
lake
second-
like that.
Second highest waterfall in the world.
The lake over here.
That is an airstrip down there.
Hmm?
There is an airstrip?
There's an airstrip that they go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wait. Are we going to go in down there?
No, we're not.
No, we're not. See the airstrip? They talk down there.
Where, Gar?
Back over there. Back over that lake with the boats.
Oh.
Oh, man, but that'd be something. Better be careful.
Yeah. Gotta be careful with Larry's carry-on.
All the little lakes over here.
Oh, that. Okay, I got it.
Airport there?
You
No.
said there was one down there. Over there. See it over there? It is an
Yeah.
airport, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like a strip.
Over there. You see it there, guys? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Look at this. You get the lake, Katie?
Yeah, I'm getting an airport.
That's where the waterfalls originates.
I know.
Mike said he's never flown this
Okay. Okay, this is Lake Tiana, the second largest lake in New Zealand. Okay. This is the town. Whoa. Well, there's the largest terminal in Tiana. Jeez. The other one wasn't much bigger. It must be their hangar. That's the plane we take. This guy's great. We get to go up in the cockpit, take pictures.
You went all over.
He went around the lake extra just for us. This is great. Let's go.
There's a casino
back there, the bar, and cricket's on today. So you just go in there, and the cricket will be on today we get back.
Wow.
Here we go. City tour. Tiana.
Oh, it's got a
Take a look
boulevard.
at the bird. You see that bird right there, the Takihi? Did you see that? That
No.
blue with the orange beak there? The Takihi. Okay, we've got banks on the right, bar on the left.
Oh, ooh.
Shopping on the right, bar on the left. Grocery store on the right, sports on the right, bar on the left.
What time they close?
They're open late. And they are very
Olive tree.
So you got one photo right over here. Pharmacy photo just there.
I just got more film there.
Okay.
Just right there.
Gift
When you
shop.
dropped off on the way back. Here's another 1 hour photo there on the right hand side. Bar on the left.
Mobile.
Dairy on the right, bar on the left. We're halfway through the city tour now, folks. Steakhouse and bar on the right. Bookstore, Paper Plus, and the post up there on the right. Good bookstore there.
Hair salon.
Look at the alley. I wonder if they have an alley.
Hair
No,
salon.
just an alley.
And later on tonight, you might be shopping or dining. If you're looking for Sid or myself, we are very serious about our job and what we're
China
We
City.
will be just up here on the right-hand side, spending our evening just over here on the right-hand side. The Tiana Library.
I'd expect nothing less.
Okay.
Guy's on the phone painting. What a pro.
Visiting Tiana. I want you to notice directly in front of us the Linwood Lodge. This lodge right here was dislodged from another location. Oh, I'm using that because this lodge used to be known as the Lake Gun Motor Inn. Then it was known as the Otapara Lodge, and that's known as the Linwood Lodge. And it was up on Cascade Creek, a little over an hour north of where we are now. Is where this lodge used to be until heavy rains washed it away. And so now they've actually repositioned all of these buildings down here in Tiana. Tiana School on the left. Look at this kid on the left on the bouncing ball.
What a great idea that is.
Have a look here on the left. You can see some of the kilometers. We have Tiano Downs, 28 Ks, Lower Hollyford Valley, 88, and Milford Sound, 119 kilometers from where we are today, and a most stunning drive. Now, we actually flew over a lot of what we're going to be seeing today, so we're very fortunate to see it in two different perspectives instead of just the one perspective driving this particular way. We're going to see, we're going to be away from the homes here in just another minute or so, and we're going to be into some beautiful pasture land. You'll see, we're going to see a few sheep farms, a few sheep stations, and also tomorrow quite a few sheep. And I'm going to ask my friend Sid up here to help me out tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit about the flight at about 10:30 in the morning. Oh, that's nice. That was very good. And the reason we would do that is we would try, if we couldn't fly the first day, then we'd try to fly the following morning. As far as the helicopters were concerned, we'd arrive over here to Tiana. We would have lunch at the hotel. We just saw back there. There was a little statue of it. The blue plumage. It's got the orange beak. The Takihi actually was thought to be extinct in the later part of the 1800s, and it was rediscovered in 1948 in the Murchison Range of mountains up here, up at the higher altitudes. A flightless bird, like the kiwi, like the moa, like the pukeko, flightless bird thought to be extinct. It was rediscovered, and they do exist up here in these mountains off here. But once again, very few people venture out into the mountains over here onto our left-hand side. It's just so spectacular. You look at these arms of this lake. Once again, we said the depth of Lake Tiana goes down about 400, I think it's 417 meters, or about 1,200 feet. It goes a couple hundred feet below sea level, actually, and that's how deep this lake is, carved out by glaciers. And these arms, what makes, you've got the southern arm, the middle arm, and the northern arm. Once again, about 10 kilometers back in a very, very deep lake. So a lot of water out here. Once again, second largest lake in the country behind Lake Taupo up there on the North Island. that flight, I tell you what, I'm still excited about that flight because what we're going to be talking about today, Sutherland Falls. I know that the other group will not understand Sutherland Falls. They'll be talking about it, but we saw Sutherland Falls. We saw Milford Sound from an aerial view, an incredible aerial view. I was just so excited to see that. But getting back to this area, Fiordland National Park, and we're going to see the official entrance into Fiordland National Park a little bit further on. But out here, all this to our left or to the south and to the west is really uninhabited land. People have just not been back in there all that much. And who knows, maybe there's some MOA back there. And well, whenever tourism gets down, the MOA will turn up back there. And now we talked about the introduction of land mammals. We talked about the stoats, and isn't that terrible about the stoat and how it just decimates the kiwi bird? And the stat that we heard at Rainbow Springs the other day, how some 95% of kiwi are lost because of the stoats. Stoats, ferrets, weasels, yeah, all these little stoats and weasels, and it's just about complete. They really, according to the article, there have not been any evidence of it. So what they're doing is they're reintroducing all of the flightless species onto this island. So what you have here within the national park, you have your own little treasure of an island. So these birds can hopefully survive and grow and thrive. So I do recommend picking up that issue. I bet some of you do have that issue. Anybody see that issue or subscribe to National Geographic? Probably have it at home. Okay, over the last couple of days, by the way, many of you will fall asleep. I'll try not to drone on, but today we're not talking about cricket. We're
a duck. Oh, he took a dive. Wait a minute, go past me. I'm gonna...
Oh, you took a bird in the tree?
Uh-huh.
The vertical shot's pretty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is pretty.
It's the duck mating call.
Hey, that's upside
See
down.
the signs up, see it's a reflection in the water.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Mirror Lakes. That's cool.
Oh. Gee, I never saw that there.
Okay.
Fine photo light.
What? I know it. It said in that one thing in the fjords that you can see bottlenose dolphins, penguins,
Where?
and seals, but I don't know where
Now here.
in the fjords. I don't know. I think it's probably further south. Duck.
Go that far south?
Huh?
To the fjord?
Well, I don't know. It's what it said in that one thing. I have no idea. It's cold enough. Judy
We did.
and her shoes. I already got some of your shoes.
Ordered Timmy's.
Water's clear. I think this is enough.
Just a chin.
Yeah. That must be the bird we had back at the hotel.
Yeah. It said here, make a hole in your shoe.
Destructive and all that.
Alpine parrot.
Yeah, na, na, na. Na, 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 na.
Yeah, they're showing them eating the shoe. So I guess that's part of their diet, the shoe.
Oh, here comes a joke. Why? Why?
Oh, that's a chirp.
Oh, there's somebody. Oh, camera case.
What? Somebody's camera case?
Where?
Uh-oh. Too late.
Is it not ours, is it?
I don't know. That's like Ann's.
So it's been there.
Annie, you have your camera case?
Mm.
Over there, it almost looks like a...
Want to take a picture of me?
Sure. I got a beautiful one with us. It's this. The cloud
Okay, that's
and
good.
the mountain range at the top. Here, come here.
Okay, we're about to see some cameras ready on the left. Look how clear that water is. Is that beautiful?
It's gorgeous.
There would be no trout there? Okay, so it says no trout there. This part?
One-way bridge.
Okay, this is Falls Creek, and there are times when there's a heavy volume of water when we go over Falls Creek that there's actually a spray of water coming over the bridge. So those of you on the left get a good view of Falls Creek.
Well, what about us?
Oh!
That'll make a postcard picture.
And look at all these boulders that have come down from up top. Sides. So all these little alpine lakes are located up there. A little bit of rain, and then they start tumbling down over the side. Also avalanches, huge snow avalanches. Major one took place in the 80s. Look at these trees still dead from it.
That's how Pop died.
It was actually man-made. The snow came down, slammed down here on the right-hand side, and blasted up the hillside on the left-hand side. Look at these dead trees still from that. And good thing there are no cars here, otherwise they would have had, you see, their insurance agent. It was not necessarily the snow, but it's just a wind blast, and they said it was like 800 miles an hour when it did the slap. So when they set off the charge here on the right, snow came down, blasted up to the left. You see a little trickling of water? Yep, see a little bit coming down? And here is a perfect example of mechanical erosion or frost shattering. Take a look at this slope here on the right, immediately on the right. See all the gravel? See, you can see how some grass has grown on parts of it, but way up top, what's taking place even tonight, it'll freeze probably. It'll get very cold up there, and all the water from these little, see these little rivulets of water coming down? They'll get into little fissures, little nooks and crannies. It'll freeze, it'll solidify, it'll chip off just a little bit of rock. And that rock over here that you see, this little soil, which we see a lot more of it up here, some of it is very fine, heavier boulders settle down.
Well, you're going to be buying then, dear.
This is known as a town. You see the little airstrip in Milford when we're flying over.
Way up at the top.
I tell you what, on Sundays it's the busiest town with any flight in the Canadian Rockies, any flight in Alaska. It is absolutely stunning. Look at the blue ice. Those of you on the right, you're going to see some of the glacial ice up there that's carving away. This is the result of it, this talus, this rock that used to be regraded. This is called Monkey Creek just here. Going to make our way over the little river. Monkey Creek, named after a dog named Monkey. The dog's name was Monkey. Anybody have a $5 New Zealand note?
Yeah.
Well, if you do get one, I don't want it. But what I'd like you to do is look at the front of it if you happen to have one.
There.
If you happen to have one, just take a look at it. And tell me who you see in the front there.
Penguin.
If you have one. Just pass me all your money and we'll figure this out. Let me hold it up. It looks like Lindbergh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm holding up this bill because in 19 Hillary, New Zealander was the first one. And where did he get his practice? Right here. Right in this area. Mount Cook and all these areas through here. And Mr. Hillary, he's still alive. And he's got his face on that. So when they ask him for identification, he pulls out a $5 note. It was. It's right. It is. It could be. There it is. God, it's exciting. Look at that on the right.
Oh, jeez. That thing.
Yeah. You look at this. You look at this road, or you look at these hills. You look at these mountains. Pretty good practice for Edmund Hillary to practice before going, of course, with his Sherpa guide by the name of Tenzing Norgay, who passed away a few years ago. And still, neither one has ever revealed who was the first to scale Mount Everest.
There might be one besides Hillary, though. Because they just found his body.
As we look at this huge rock face coming up in front of us, we are going to be Mount Croscote on the right, Mount Talbot here in front of us. Now, as we pull up here, we're going to be veering off to the left. If you look at these mountains, we're cutting to the left. The airplane flights will come in, and they head right for that mountain. I'm telling you, it is the most amazing sight because that mountain gets quite large in a small plane. It gets larger and larger in a small plane, and it looks like the pilot's got some sort of death wish, and he's going right for the rock face. Then he turns to the right, and he heads over what is known, the area, the shallow area between peaks, it's known as a saddle, and this one is known as the Gertrude Saddle. So we fly up here, we turn to the right, we make a left over the Gertrude Saddle, down the Cleddau Valley, and we're right there into Milford Sound. But now what we're going to do is we're going to drive through the Homer Tunnel. And you're going to see, it's going to get, there's going to be less vegetation.
Isn't that?
Nice job, Sid.
Sid,
Nice job.
oh, yeah, right. You idiot.
What a professional.
Look at all the purple tags on them all.
Isn't that?
All right. So as we make our way up here, just look how rugged this is. Now we're just a couple minutes away from the Homer Tunnel, named after Harry Homer. It started out as a project almost similar to like the WPA, putting people back to work during the Roosevelt administration. Same thing here, depression hitting New Zealand quite hard as we can look out towards the other, the Gertrude Valley, Gertrude Saddle, to that rock face and turn left. But up here, they wanted to put people back to work, and they used to deliver the mail through here, but there was no road through the mountain. So they used to climb over the Homer Saddle. We'll show you where they climbed over. 1935, they put people to work. And if you could just imagine a little work crew with wheelbarrows, picks, and shovels, and starting to clear this talus. Huge amount of talus. Started in 1935, they finally completed, with the help of dynamite, completed the tunnel in 1952. Little interruption for something from 39 to 45 called World War II. So a different type of work was done then. And up here was a construction camp for the tunnel. Also, you have to imagine what it's like in wintertime when snow on both sides is about 30 or 40 feet, and there's avalanches here. There have been avalanches, snow avalanches, that have actually destroyed sections of the tunnel. Absolutely blasted sections of the tunnel. I'll show you this in just a little bit. Over here, when you see this reddish color, it's not spray paint, it's like a lichen. So moss and lichens are the first to return to an area that's been affected by glaciation. So they live, they die, they provide the uppermost part of the peat or the veneer of soil. Not drive on. Over here, this building's known as the chapel. Got some equipment for snow clearing on the left-hand side. Construction base for the Homer Tunnel was just over here on the right-hand side, this clearing right here. Here is the Homer Saddle. Just up there, the lowest point that you see is where people would have climbed over. And now we can see the Homer Tunnel coming into view. You will see a bit of snow. Not much on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, there might be a little bit of snow. We might see some kias.
Waterfall.
Waterfall. Can you just imagine? And also, there's pictures in the book, Men of the Milford Road. There's pictures of them with pick and shovel clearing the talus from the entrance. Also, look at this ironwork just on the right-hand side. See this? Just here on the right. And you'll see it all the way because this was part of the tunnel. Avalanche came down and flattened it.
Right.
You'll see some base of it here. Also, take a look. I want you to look at the snow on the left-hand side. See the hollow part right there?
Where?
You get some real characters, think it's fun to go walking out there. Those are the people who end up in the newspaper because it's very dangerous, extremely dangerous right through there.
Oh.
And take a look right at the entrance to the tunnel. Look at the section that was destroyed by an avalanche. See this?
Oh, we're going into the tunnel.
Here we go.
That's good. Yeah.
Now, those of you on the right, look straight up. That's the Homer saddle. Believe it or not, you can. Now listen to this. About once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, somebody had to deliver the mail down to Milford Sound. They came up by horse and carriage, wherever, from Invercargill, southern part of the island. They went right there. There's pictures of this in the book from Men of the Milford Road. Guy carrying the mail, climbing up. There was a rope coming right back down the other side and walking down to Milford Sound. One time there was a child down at Milford Sound that wanted a bicycle, a push bike. The mailman. Those of you on the left, you can now look up and see that the saddle. That's the dip. Is that the lowest part is known as a saddle.
We're gonna be going down and down, down.
And there have been avalanches that have come right down from left to right. I'll tell you what, we see a couple of little streams or rivulets of water on a day that's pouring rain. There are thousands of them. It's unbelievable. There's so much water. It's just incredible.
Straight ahead.
I feel like we got her pants or something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'll watch this for a while.
I'm running out of tape. Open the other one.
You see these people working. I don't mean to be repetitive, but it's a constant battle.
Okay, I gotta change
They're
it.
always working on this road, trying to keep it open.
You just can't.
You can't get them to use.
I know,
Just
it's-
enjoy the view.
Especially when you, I know, really, you can't. Oh, jeez.
I don't know if we're gonna be on the bus this long, did you?
Mm-mm.
When the water comes down, you sure drop it.
You've probably been on this in a thing like this in Europe, haven't you?
Yeah, saw a lot of that. You see a lot of this out. Yep.
No, Switzerland. Yeah, but you didn't see that much water in Switzerland.
No, but I'm just talking about the roads, how
Yeah.
they
Oh, yeah.
zigzag.
Yeah.
Switchback.
Yeah.
A lot of switchbacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Switzerland.
Or Switzerland, yeah. Salt water.
All these jetties and jet engines,
Let's go over there.
Gold? What?
Yeah, but probably not.
Copper, the green.
Probably not enough.
It's a national park, too.
It's a very strong wind now and again. Mainly out of large base behind me.
That's, well, the orange is iron ore.
Didn't Michael say dolphins?
Yes. And seals, which I didn't get that on video.
Seal rock. So I have a feeling we're going to see seals on the other side.
I think that you said he's seen an honor. It's a dolphin.
There's a bunch of
A little
seals.
over on the left-hand side now, that's the Fairy Falls. This could be a magnificent little waterfall with the sun was in the right direction. There was just one very nice little physical path. It was the top of the waterfall like this. Very large waterfall. Now this is an earthquake.
Where?
Golden Star is an average.
Get that crack?
Yes.
Pirates did their gold.
Looks like it. Oh. It looks like a cave.
Naval Tasman without no waters in the 17th century. 1642 Now it's absolutely beautiful out the Tasman this morning. But this is the second roughest waterway in the world. The southern coast of New Zealand. The roughest part has to be around Cape Horn. Now if you're not too sure where Cape Horn is situated, it's in the lower incline. All hail that famous English captain.
I thought we were on here an hour and a half.
James Cook discovered most of the fjord to the south. He charted them and charted them in 10 years. So he was something to say. The poor old Cook's Bay did not discover that. And it's now passed twice. There's time in 1770 what we told him there in 18. The Welsh, Sierra Captain, Captain John Cook. Without the man
plate.
There's a seal right there, a little one. There's a little one right on top of that. Yeah, there it is.
What's the best way to view what?
Sit on the left-hand side.
Oh, the seals?
Then you look over the right-hand side of the field above the bridle valve. You can see them. Just a crack already.
Okay, there's some seals. It's too much zoom, so I'm gonna hold it.
See it move? Yeah, they're little. They're not our Año Nuevo. No, these are just, these are just little bitty things.
Got a bit of a shot. Closer.
Look at this one, signing them. Look at this one.
Where are the penguins though? We're supposed to see a penguin. Paid a little bit extra for this trip. Oh, that was Moses. Look at that. Isn't that cute? They are really cute. That one's really cute.
Oh, there's another little one. See the little guy in the back? Do you need to see one in the back?
Oh, yeah.
There's one in the back. Hi, he's waving.
Oh, there's one on the...
There's a little one on the rocks.
Pretty good.
Yeah, one on the boat.
One over here.
Look over here. Good eye. Good eye.
He's got a fish.
Get your gap.
Oh, well, that's as good as I could get.
Now we're going to go under this, close to this waterfall. That's what
Ladybone and the Sterling waterfall on the same creek.
And then
Yes, the Sterling Falls is the second highest waterfall in Melbourne. 526 feet or 160 meters. It's actually 3 times the height of the famous Niagara Falls in the Canadian USA border.
Higher than Niagara, yeah.
Come on, Kate, take a picture.
Oh man, you got the sun coming in with it. Oh, beauty.
Larry, turn around. Quickly, quickly, quickly.
Oh,
Now that's the one we saw on the plane.
yeah.
Now, a few years ago, those American folks had their dolphins playing at the century tops. Now, they're doing a stunt for television and documentary. For the young lady up the top of the overhang by helicopter. And she actually base jumped into the fjord. 2,200 feet below. Now they had to get her out of the water in a bit of a hurry. And the water in Norfolk Sound is very, very cold.
Who was it?
The temperature of the water ranges between 7 and 14 degrees. Depending on the rainfall. The heavier the rainfall, the colder the water. But the overhang has been very spectacular in the winter. What we did was a lot of snow in Norfolk. And naturally it snowed to get Eveline.
He's gone. Gee, just as I zoom in. Oh, we saw him. I saw him. I mean, not this one, but we saw the other one, so.
Now there's an excellent place to be. As we go past, you'll notice a lot of horizontal lines running right up the mountain. And these are called glacial striations. The striation has been created by all the rock and rubble that was mixed up in the ice flows and crushed around its way past this point. Now the scientists get a lot of information from these striations. For example, they told us the glacier goes past this point, around about 20 feet per minute. But as we've been cruising around over the time, looking at Sound, other times,
here to there.
8 fuel.
And to get from here to there, you got to go like 300 miles because the water is so deep they can't build a bridge.
I'm terribly sorry, but
Across
this
there.
is not the sound at all.
Wider than this, but the water's like 2 miles deep, and they can't get anything down that low to build a bridge. So you got to go way down and go up that way. And it's amazing.
The only sound
You gotta
we
try
have
that.
in New Zealand, the top of the South Island, the Mulder Sounds.
Yeah, that's right.
Now the difference between a sound
But
and a
there could be no
field is
bridge
only
over
the
the
wind.
Yeah, I got up your nose.
The heavy field. We're saving 1,000 feet. Sea roads and that of the train.
That's why there's not a lot of tidal changes. Right. Yeah, but there was in the fjords in Norway, it's like 2 to 3 miles deep.
Hey, Jim.
Check his
Oh, he didn't stick his tongue out. No dolphins. No bottlenose dolphins. Oh well. I'll have to wait till.
Maybe they're in or two.
There's more over there. There's a bunch of them. done.
Got rain
Oh, yeah.
almost every day.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm recording, sorry. Oh, one more look. Those dolphins. Another plane. Jeez. There he is. That's a dolphin or something. No, I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a seal out in the middle of water.
So get your picture in there too.
I don't care. Just take me with the video. 'Cause that's all I'm doing anyway.
You want me to videotape one day, dude?
I asked you to videotape earlier. You didn't want to. I can't figure out where. Pretty. Well, here we are. We walked to it. See the spray, so here's the walk from the falls. I'm gonna take a friggin' video of it. Keep your mouth closed. Lots of bugs. Lots of bugs.
I think you were asleep.
Make this turn. Hi. That's a boat we took.
Where the ice is.
Well, we're on our way up to
It's like it's part of a glacier.
to the chasm after we went on the Milford cruise tour. Myself, the machine. No. It's Judy and Garth. Yeah, like you don't know.
Our backs.
Yeah. Oh, this sounds like it might be pretty. What? Yeah, come on, let's move it. Oh, look at that moss growing on the tree. Look at that.
Oh boy, here comes the boat.
This is where they oohed and awed. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's wonderful. Yeah, straight down.
Now you gotta come over here, man.
Okay. That's kind of neat. Well, oh. They're better than me. Oh, this is where we are. Oh, isn't that nice?
All the chasm.
I still gotta get it. Okay, it comes out here. There's some serious people.
What do you want?
Okay.
What Gina does, you're going to be in trouble.
Uh-oh. It's got to mean something.
What?
Okay. And here we are.
Here we are smoking out here now.
That's right. I'm having a cigarette.
Smoking in the
Picture of a cigarette?
Yeah, I took a video of my cigarette. I think I'd just like to do it just to do it.
Is it your last one?
This is the famous.
My
What are you doing? You're
one.
taking your last cigarette? Picture your last smoke you're going to have?
No, I just said I'm smoking, like it's like that. And videoing on our path on the way home to the bus. Isn't that exciting? This is why I have 10 or 11 hours of tape.
You only have about 4 or 5 left.
Yeah, I know, but we're almost to the end. In Fiji, I'm just gonna relax.
Yeah, one take, they'll do it.
No, there's a lot to see. There's a lot to see in Fiji. If we want,
try it again.
if we don't want to get. No, really, seriously. Ooh, look.
It was a
Look.
big tank.
Heads up.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Land?
Yeah. What?
Hey, look, this is to work.
The what?
Don't.
Uh-oh, she saw
The
something.
other way, Katie. Turn around, look this way. Right down through there.
What's down there?
Oh, just pretty. The trees.
There's a tree and a stream down there.
Kind of. Okay. Okay, this is where we're staying. That's what we see. Oh, kayaker. Okay. And we just got back from a... Look at the flowers, aren't they pretty? This is our hotel. And over there, and we're on the second floor. And we just got back from, I'm so tired. Back from a, busy day. Those flowers. Flowers everywhere. It's part of our hotel. Now we took a ride on Milford Sound and stopped and did a few stops, and the other talk tour bus broke down. Anyways, I gotta catch up with everybody now. Those are pretty. Oops. Guys, those are zinnias. Huh. Okay. Well, this is where Jim and Garth went right away.
Illegal to film.
The Moose Lodge. Right?
Right.
Hey.
Well, it's actually Moose Restaurant. That's what it is.
Where's Stanley?
Moose, I'm so tired. Moose Restaurant and Lounge, or bar, or restaurant. Big TV. What game is that? Pool?
It's cricket, isn't it?
No, they got a pool table, dude.
You ready?
And they're playing cricket above the pool. What was it?
Oh God, there's casino machines in there.
Pascal.
Look at that.
Cricket.
Yeah, Gart, look at those moose antlers.
Sure.
Okay, this is our hotel. And, oh jeez, I can't even remember. No air again, but it's not too bad. We're on the second floor. We don't have a screen. I'll show you our view. It's really nice. And this is our view. It's kind of bright right now. And that's where everybody else is down there. Okay. I'm videoing. This is a map, but I can't. Whoa, that's where we are. What is the name of the place? Where?
Tiano. Tiano.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah, I can't. It's not coming in though.
That's where we went.
I can't get it on. Okay, I can get it now. I have my reading glasses on. Okay, where'd we go, Dave? And this is the lake we're on, the same. Lake Tiana.
Sound.
Where's that?
Right there.
Oh, and we went all the way up here to Milford Sound. And we went Down what fjord?
Right out there. Went out to there.
Oh, okay. Point that again. Oh, from here.
All the way out to the Tasman.
Yeah, we did. I wish we would have gone out there, but I guess it'd have been pretty choppy. And then we drove back down on this road. This road right here, right? It has to be. It's the only road.
Yes, it is.
And we drove all the way down here.
It was beautiful. And we got out.
And now we're staying tonight here. Oh, there's a golf course, Dave. Right here. See that?
What's an airplane?
Golf course.
Oh. See, there's where we went to see the chasm. Remember that?
Where?
Right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got out and walked around there. I got that on video. It was a beautiful drive. A gorgeous day again. Just wonderful. We had to pick up the other talk tour group because they broke down. God. But everything worked out. Okay, see ya. Okay, we're on our way to Christ
New Zealand.
Church.
0800 737.
We left at 8:30.
00. If you want to call United, I have the United number. 808-767. Okay, so it really does work out really smooth, and the reason I like talking about this now, so now we're going to have 3 days. If something does not sound right, then bring it to my attention. But you also notice all the you'll notice all the arrival times too that I have here. Everybody's affects this 2 weeks ago. Copies for claiming your miles. How many of you, I would like to know, because I do have the copy. Most actually over the years have not. But if say somebody was inviting you over to a friend's house, what would you do? That's how I look at it. Yeah, 5 minutes before 6, just before 6 o'clock.
What's that?
Okay, that's a...
Did I say... Yeah, we're on our way to Queenstown. Is that right? Yeah.
19, 18.
A lot of sheep. We saw a bunch of deer. Domestic deer, they just raise them. But I didn't get a picture.
Minor little issue.
Up on the hill.
If anybody perchance may have done some shopping on this tour, going back into the United States, you will be required to clear U.S. Customs, and they're going to ask you if you bought anything. And the...
You can't tell. Okay, there's deer.
Well, we might do that. We got some time.
Where are they? Oh, it's low again.
Great boat called the Ernslaw, which actually was assembled somewhere else, dismantled, brought here, and reassembled here in Kingston, and has been on these waters since 1912, and you'll see it extensively. Now, for the next 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes, we're going to have some windy roads as we work our way here along the edge of Lake Wakatipu. We're actually, if you look all the way down to the left, Queenstown is at the end of this section of the lake. But what we're seeing here is behind depression, which we see now is Lake Wakatipu. Now, one thing that's bizarre about this lake actually fluctuates, because our hotel is right on the shore of Lake Wakatipu. You can go out there and you can stand in the lake. And about 15 minutes later, what I want you to do is I want you to stand in the lake, or if you prefer, Richard, go jump in the lake.
It's pretty.
Because you are a resident Mark Spitz on this tour, I'll tell you. Anyway, I want you, when you go and stand in the lake, take some lipstick with you, and just mark where the water line is on your shins or on your thighs. Then 15 minutes later, take the lipstick and you...
That's nice.
Okay, our plans right now are to make our way to the bungee jump a couple years later. I didn't like it. never yet. I was not. Actually, I had a bit of no kiwi fruit.
Queenstown, right?
Now, what's with the beets? That's just, it's called kiwi burger. That's what they like. That's what some people like. They put beets on like a hamburger. Yeah. Have you noticed the...
No, I didn't get it.
Okay, we're going to...
Rope. Jim, are you going?
Oh, I had it on standby.
I got her jumping.
Did
Yeah,
you?
but
Okay, folks.
this is the bungee jumping.
Too bad we can't get up.
They're pulling it up. Uh-oh, there goes. Bummer. Come on.
Looks like fun to me.
I wouldn't do it.
Oh, I would if my back was like this.
Not around my ankles, I wouldn't do it.
Looks like a pretty fast running river.
Yeah.
There's where you line up.
Yeah, if I had time, I'd do that. I don't know. Okay, we're in Arrowtown on our way to
We
lunch.
should have stopped here, then I always said we had to leave at 8 o'clock, then we got hooted and hollered off the bus. So, you want to come out here? It's beautiful all day tomorrow.
I don't want to shop here.
No, they were shopping better.
On the left-hand side, the Lakes District Museum. And this museum has all of the items that were in around the gold rush time. Centennial Museum. It's quite a nice thing.
It's kind of late. I would get it. Oh, wow.
And the reason we came here, not everybody else comes here, and Sid and I thought it would be a nice treat to bring you through.
Yeah.
The white church and the red trees there.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Wow. St. John.
And they have an industry here. Us. And the golf course was designed by the famous New Zealand golfer, Bob Charles. Won the 1963 British Open. Look at the stonework that's been used for the bridge here entered into the property.
You don't want to hear that.
We'll be keeping the same seats after lunch because our driving time after lunch is minimal. We're only talking about 25 minutes of coach time the remainder of the day.
This golf course is where my favorite guy golfed all the time.
And what I'm going to ask...
Good old Clinton. Whoa. Good driving. Oh, our president has golfed here, our old one.
I'm going to ask that when we arrive, if you could please follow me directly to our lunch location. We are going to give you some free time afterwards, but just to today, I think you're going to really enjoy the food. You might want to start off with soup and then go back for your main courses. And while you're having lunch, we'll give you the exact departure time, but you will have some time to have a look. Can everybody hear okay? Okay. Repeating, if we are going to give you some free time afterwards.
Well, I thought you might want to see it. Okay.
In the golf club the whole time, they made quite the impression.
Oh yeah, I bet. What? Where'd Mom?
Kiwi Magic, and the movie starts at
Mary.
what?
Oh, yeah.
Paragliders on the right-hand side.
That looks like a single.
We're gonna see them all day.
I got a sheet.
Oh, hang on. I gotta get this on video. Oh, I can't.
Come up one at a time. Where's the dog?
Right here in the red truck. They've just been sheared.
Yeah. Crossing the road.
In the way.
They just got sheared.
Bye-bye, sheep. Caused a traffic jam here for a few minutes.
There's the dog.
Oh,
Yeah,
dead
dog was
sheep.
in the truck. Yep.
Did you see the dead sheep?
No.
See the buildings up there?
He told us over there.
Where are they? You see him?
Right up there.
We do tours here in September. You can actually do a tour like that. We go do some afternoon skiing.
Well, I kind of get it.
Now out here at Skyline, once again, we're going to ride. There's a boat. There's a couple boats there on the water. There's a shot over canyon we'll be going through. And this canyon will be on the video. I'm going to see Kiwi Magic in just a few minutes.
And April 15th might all run out.
I thought
There's Damia.
Yes.
I don't, this light, turn that light, or no, leave it on. I'll just put backdrop. Let me try it. I can't see.
It's awful late for all of us, you know.
Backlit.
Here's Mike. Say hi. Ferg's going to see this too. Dave.
Hi, Ferg.
I'm running
Hi,
out of
Ferg, you
tape.
should be here too.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mayor.
Oh, okay.
For an open ravine or something.
Yes.
We still may do that, but it,
And there's one in Vail where you're like 300 or 400 feet up.
So you start up this high
Well, you're
with the
halfway.
parasailing too, huh? Oh, wasn't taking it. Jeez.
you talk usually on the last day. They try to have a real nice hotel to impress you. Really?
Well, I
Well,
hope,
it's last impression.
I hope this one has air.
That would impress me.
Okay. Oh. There's Judy. Going to town. That's the gondola. This is gorgeous here. There's... That's not it. Is this the golf course? I don't think so, because you take a boat to it. It looks like it. Huh. Yeah, that's a golf course.
A sudden drop, you know. I never did like to go up a Ferris wheel and that tipped backwards.
My mom used to do, I went on a double Ferris wheel and she started rocking that thing. So I'm still afraid of it.
rocking, please.
No, I
I'm
won't.
not thinking. I'm just gonna stand up and see if I can get a picture down here.
But to this day, I'm afraid to go on a Ferris wheel.
I won't either. I won't go on a Ferris wheel.
No.
This is about all I can do right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too.
We did one. There's a neat one of these in Albuquerque. It takes you up to and there's a restaurant on top, and you have dinner, and then, but it's not as high
Have
as
you ever
this one.
skied?
A couple of
I
times.
mean, trying to get off that ski lift. It's
Yeah,
an experience, you know. You
right. Because it keeps moving, right?
Right.
Just
Yeah.
clunky in the head.
you have to hit it just.
Okay, we're at the Park Royal in Queenstown. Just arrived. It's time is it? 3:45. On the way here, we went up to the gondola. We saw a movie that we bought, and there's air conditioning in here, and this one is so much nicer because it's got air conditioning, and our view is great. Jim and Mary didn't come back with us because they are, whoa, shoot, I walked right in the window. They're parasailing, or no, they're hang gliding or something. And this is our view from the hotel. It's gorgeous. That could be them right there.
No, that's a boat.
Oh yeah, that's parasailing and they're gliding. I didn't want to do it because I was afraid to wreck my knees. Move, please, David. And there's Judy and Garth right next to us.
Hey, oh look, there, did you get the parasailing? Over there?
Having a beer, just sitting here relaxing. Where do they land?
Back that way.
Where's some parasailers?
I just saw him on the top.
Pardon me? Look, they even wash the driveway. I do that every day too. Like, he's putting soap on it, maybe because of the diesel. Balconies. This is really nice. Very nice here.
They got the kayaks. Get the kayaks.
No, where are they?
Over there.
Huh?
See, over there, the kayaks.
Oh, okay. I'll get them. There's a beach. Oh, some people kayaking. That's it. We just got back. Mary bungee jumped. She was the last one. And oh, darn it. Parasail. Oh, I'm gonna have to wait. Motorcycle. Okay, we just bought a bag. I'm out on the patio, and I'm tired. And Dave went to the casino. Good night.
When's the subway stop? It's so used to constant howling. Then it stops. The silence makes your ears ring.
How long is this ride?
I don't know.
I
don't know why I'm bitter.
Okay, well, I'll just see you up there.
Get in something?
Clean steel sheeting and heated by reticulated hot water.
Oh, okay.
Isolated by fire doors between them.
To go where?
To go in there.
I can say I saw all these. Oh.
Well, Mississippi doesn't get that cold, right?
Well, Bob went in?
Yeah, very good.
Oh, push the windshield machine, Bob. Where's Bob?
This is like crazy.
Find the lights, see if we can turn them out.
I'm gonna go in,
facing
take
the-
a picture of me.
Bob's
I'm
in
gonna go
there?
in.
I can't take a picture through here. Will it
Why
come out?
not?
Yeah, go on in there. You don't even need a coat.
Gina, we'll be home. It'll be like this.
Stanley.
Yeah, but this is Antarctica. We have to pretend.
Actually,
We have you have wind chills -5.
Oh,
You
yes.
enjoy, don't you?
Gina's going. She's gotta go.
I'll video it.
Push the wind chill, Bob. There he goes.
He's so cute, dude. Oh, he's all lost. In Antarctica. Oh, now he's. That's it?
That's it?
That's it?
Said enough. Been there, done that.
Gina's going in.
And a short.
She's putting her boots on.
Somebody should throw snowballs for Pete's sake. Those kids.
I don't think Japanese do that.
Oh, this was exciting. I'm glad I'm taping this, I'll tell you.
Wait till
Well, Gina will go in.
Yeah.
She'll go in.
Shorts.
There she is. In her shorts. There she's gonna go over.
Igloo. Go to Igloo.
Jeannie's coming too.
Nice. I get you.
Oh, there she
Hey,
is.
we knew she'd make a snowball.
Okay.
Oh, look. She's even got her hat
That's
off.
what she needs.
She needs her teeth in there.
She's wearing. That's it. Can she see her breath?
Just trying to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's.
All right, that's it.
Oh, you gotta stand over the
Oh, you take a
thing.
picture of her and Gina.
Oh, okay. Here comes Jeannie. There she is.
She's going in the
They're
Igloo.
gonna have a snowball fight.
She'll go in the Igloo. Look at them. They're going in the
They're
Igloo.
gonna have a snowball.
Here they are, going into
Let's see
the
if I can
igloo.
get a picture of it.
Oh, we need a picture of them in
Gotta
the
get that lady
igloo.
Move that guy out of the way.
Oh, look at Gina's
Is it a
behind.
one-person igloo?
What's she doing?
Oh, now it's cold.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, look at the
Look at this. Look at
temperature.
this. It's stuck in there.
Look at the temperature.
Just go with snow.
Oh, now it's
They gotta
going
turn
back
around.
up.
They turn around.
Now it's going back up.
What are you doing?
I don't know. What in the heck?
She's gonna.
Get out of here.
A couple of idiots here with
Is Gina gonna get it right? No, Gina's
Oh,
gonna get
look
it
at her
right.
whole bottom's all wet. Gee.
Well, turn it around.
Turn around and pull it, right?
The rest of the group is missing the show. Hysterical.
Oh.
At least she had her teeth.
Oh. Oh, and here they come.
That was funny.
Oh.
That was great.
It's the coldest place on Earth. It can get so cold that even steel would shatter when dropped. But why is Antarctica so cold? To reach the Earth, the sun's rays have to travel through the atmosphere, where they lose heat. Near the poles, they lose more heat because they enter the atmosphere at an angle and have farther to travel. When they finally reach the poles, the rays are spread over a larger area and have become so weak they can't even melt the ice. People who work in Antarctica need a good wind jacket because it's the windiest place on Earth. It's windy because the ice sheet is shaped like a dome. Cold air currents come rolling down from the high ground, and because there is nothing to slow them, they often reach speeds of 150 kilometers an hour, with gusts of more than 190 kilometers an hour. Only cyclones reach this sort of speed in the rest of the world. 3 different water layers. Cold. The waters of the Southern Ocean also flow in different directions. Close to shore, surface water is flowing west, or further out to sea, it flows east. The place where the two opposing currents meet is called the Antarctic Divergence. Here, the water from the middle warmer layer is pulled up to the surface, bringing with it huge numbers of tiny krill. Many seabirds are attracted to this place because krill is their favourite food. Some surface water flows northwards away from the divergence and meets warmer sub-Antarctic water at a place called the Antarctic Convergence. Much of the Southern Ocean is covered in seasonal sea ice. September is when the sea ice has reached its greatest area and can be up to 3 metres thick. In spring, the ice begins to break up, and by late February, the sea ice is at its minimum. Antarctica has some beautiful valleys and mountains, but only the highest peaks can be seen above the thick layer of ice which covers most of the continent. At one place, this ice blanket is almost 5 kilometres thick, and this enormous ice cap makes Antarctica by far the highest continent on Earth. Ice keeps building up on the surface, but it also flows slowly downhill in huge streams towards the coast. In places, it even flows out onto the ocean, forming ice shelves or floating glaciers. When pieces break off these ice shelves, they form icebergs which float out into the Southern Ocean. If the ice cap melted, Antarctica would most likely look something like this. Life on Antarctica is only suited to a few tough plants and animals. All have their own way of living in harsh conditions. Plants are scarce and can only live in a few ice-free areas. There is one type of grass, a number of mosses, liverworts, lichens, algae, fungi, and bacteria. Among the Antarctic animals, the penguins are probably well known to most people. 4 species of penguin live in huge rookeries: the lively adelies, the chinstrap with its distinctive black band under the chin, the gentoos, and the largest of all, the emperor. The ice is also home for a number of seals. The slow Weddell seal, the leopard seal, arch enemy of the Adelie penguin, the crab-eater seal, who prefers krill rather than crab, the rare Ross seal, and largest of all, the elephant seal. Unlike the land, the ocean is full of life. Anemones, krill, sponges, sea spiders, fish, and a lot more. But most obvious are the giant whales. The blue whale is the largest and can grow up to 31 metres long. The ocean is a very important place for all Antarctic animals. It's their feeding ground, and krill is what they all directly or indirectly depend on. Early explorers sailed through the Southern Ocean in the hope of finding the mythical southern land. The early Greek philosophers thought that the world was symmetrical, and therefore a southern continent had to exist to balance the weight of those lands in the northern hemisphere. When Captain Cook crossed the Antarctic Circle in 1773, he became convinced that if there was such a land, it would be too cold to be of use. Well, cold it is, but now we know it is of enormous scientific value. The first sighting of the continent was probably made by the Russian explorer Bellingshausen in 1820. Sightings of the new land became more frequent, and the mapping of Antarctica began. Slowly, the coastline took shape. Finally, in 1895, Henry Bull made the first fully documented landing, although John Davis may have landed as early as 1821. Early this century, more and more of the interior was explored. This was a time of many heroic expeditions by true adventurers like Scott, Shackleton, Amundsen, and Mawson, who all travelled by foot and ski. Later, Wilkins and Byrd pioneered flying in Antarctica. Then Hillary was the first to reach the pole by Ferguson tractor, and shortly after that, Fuchs made the first mechanized crossing of the whole continent. Today, many nations have permanent stations on Antarctica for political and scientific reasons. The depletion of the ozone layer over Antarctica is a very significant study that scientists have been working on, and the results of this research could be important for the whole world. It's vital that all countries work together to preserve Antarctica, and the signing of the Antarctic Treaty in 1959 has been very important in ensuring that this wonderful continent is left largely untouched.
what you're looking at.
Rich in the nutrients that algae. The algae are the plants. Other things the key to life.
That's that CX. It goes that way, this way.
An urge for company of their own kind.
I'm wearing a jacket and a tie tonight.
Here you go, Dave.
It's our last night together, and so I don't think I'll be the only one in a jacket and a tie. I bet there'll be somebody else in a jacket and a tie. It's not required, but this is our last night together, and it's sort of a dressier night. If you wish, I'll leave it up to you. I don't care what you wear, but I have to because my boss told me to. But there are also other people.
Okay, we're in Christchurch, touring.
And everybody going to Fiji, just so there's no confusion, your flight to Fiji is going to be on Air Pacific, Flight 4.
School just got out. Saw a bunch of school kids.
What street is our hotel on?
Biltmore and Durham Streets.
Oh, all right.
Biltmore and Durham?
I heard, I'm answering right now. Our hotel is on the corner of Kilmore and Durham Street.
Mm. Okay, we're now in Christchurch. This is our facilities here. And I guess where's the toilet? Oh, there it is. First time I've gotten in here too. I have an ashtray. What else did we want to say? Oh, one bed.
Oh, you have another ashtray. 2 ashtrays.
I got one bed. And we have a corner room, which is nice. We got to meet Gina and Stan in about 10 minutes. But this is nice. You can, let's see. Oh. Okay. And this is Christchurch. Gateway to the Antarctica. Look, we can go out here. The window open.
Oh, it does.
And they have a flower festival going on, as you could see by my video. Okay. Okay, and this is the view from our other corner window. And I'm not bringing this with me. What is that round thing there, Dave? What's that thing there?
Probably a church or a theater
I
or
don't
an
know.
auditorium or something.
Okay. Let's see, we're at the Park Royal again, like we were in Queenstown. Okay, now I'm done. Bye. Okay, we're now arriving at Fiji, and it's 1:45. It was 1 hour difference time. Oh, okay. I don't know what island that is, but still might be a little bit. We're descending right now.
expecting
Take it.
good signal.
Yes.
Gavin Kobe, full landing.
Or is that, look, it's rain over there. Yeah. I think. I don't know. Take this whole end. Oh, yeah, nothing else.
How much time?
Half hour.
This one, I believe there's a gentleman and a lady behind the road. Okay.
Medill.
Okay, the one that says your world, our world, the southern world, that's where your itinerary is. So we'll just have a brief look through it. Like today is February the 24th. 24th of February, it's a Saturday. Tomorrow, Sunday, we have a day of rest. Breakfast is served at the Veranda Restaurant. Breakfast hours are from 7 to 11. Then you are free for the day. What you do is totally up to you. And on Monday, VG time. So it's used for you guys. So you could say that's holiday time. But pickup time, that's American time. 9 o'clock in the morning. On Tuesday, you have your rooms till 6 p.m. in the evening. That's for the people who are leaving on Tuesday and the people who are leaving a day later. You have your rooms till 6 p.m. in the evening. Then I'll be picking you up at 8:30. Is it 8:30? Pick you up at 8:30 to bring you down to the airport where I'll check you in and get your boarding passes done. And from there, I said goodbye. But just a reminder, do not spend all your Fijian dollars because you need $20 for your departure tax and it has to be in Fijian currency. Per person, sir. So that's just briefly what KA, which means thank you. Vinaka. V-I-N-A-K-A. And the word that you'll be saying to me on Tuesday when I see you off at the airport is Mothe. M-O-C-E. Mothe. It's like moth. M-O-T-H. So it's Mothe. M-O-C-E. Mothe. So those are the little 3 magic words you should know for the next couple of days. As you can see, that the weather, it's getting cloudy, but in the daytime it was very hot and humid because we are in the season of our rainy season, which is from November to April. It's also known as our hurricane season, but we haven't had any hurricane warning at the moment, so don't worry about that. The last hurricane we had was 1997, so we haven't had one since then. And the weather is very hot and humid, so if you're thinking of going out into the sun, sitting by the pool, or walking by the beach, please use suntan lotion, sunscreen, take a hat, sunglasses to keep you safe from the sun. In the evenings, if you're going to dine out, use insect repellent for those mosquitoes, Fijian hungry mosquitoes. Our mosquitoes here do not spread malaria, but it just gives you that irritating itch while having a dinner. So please use insect repellent. If you didn't get a chance to change your money at the airport, there's a bank at the hotel which opens from 8 to 1. Like today's Saturday, everything goes till midday. Everything closes at 1. Tomorrow, Sunday. Okay. The road that we just passed, straight ahead there, that leads to our town, Nandi town, Ketse town. So on Monday when you go on your tour, you'll get a chance to visit our town we have in Nandi. It's just a one-way street with just both shops on both sides. So if I meet a person 20 minutes lunch, meeting another 5 minutes lunch. Just goes by. Okay, there's yeah, like I was saying, there's a bank at the hotel which opens from 8 to 1. And tomorrow is Sunday. Advice for you is please book your dinner reservations in advance because the hotel is quite full at the moment. There's a lot of people at the hotel. So to keep you not waiting in a long line for your table to have dinner in advance, please book in advance with the service desk. Once we get to the hotel, we'll go straight ahead. There'll be some refreshments served, mango and orange, non-alcoholic, and you'll fill out the registration forms, and from there I will take down little details. Mangroves here in Fiji, on the coastal side, we have a lot of mangroves, and nearby the villages, where the villagers, they depend on the mangroves for mud crabs and other little, and for medicine, traditional herbs, and other little. So this is the little causeway which I was telling you about that links the main island called Viti Levu, which is Big Fiji, to Denarau. Island. So this is the only way to get, and the river that just went across, that's the route of the shoulder jet. So it goes under the bridge into the mangrove swamps. shown over jet, that's their route, and the jet. Towns arrange go by cab from the hotel down to town and back.
Is the golf course?
Okay, this is General Island. It's a lovely looking island. There is an 18-hole golf course for the gentlemen. One of the largest, finest golf course we have here in Fiji. Most of the well-known golfers around the world have played on this golf course. And one, our very own Fiji Singh. So he played here, so we're proud of him. And he's making a name of himself back in the States. Yes, sir. Yes.
Dan, you said you had a phone number and there's one on this blue.
Oh, yes. We have discount vouchers for sure that we get, but you've been in New Zealand, so you wouldn't like to Fiji. They have some major developer has a little thatch roof and very attractive. If you want to see it, you know it's a full of us. Golf and Racquet Club. Inside, in between here, and there is a Japanese restaurant. Where the little houses are. That's a Japanese restaurant called Hamachi Restaurant. Would like to try some Japanese.
Okay, yesterday we're at the Fiji Resort. We were going to stay at the Royal someplace, Sheridan, but they're working on it. So we're at the Fiji Resort. This is our view from our, what is it?
Our room.
Yeah, from our room. We have a little patio. I'll zoom around, but I'm going to zoom back. There's Dave on our patio. If this is a little foggy, it's because it's very hot and I just came out of the steamed room. But I like our place because it's more secluded. There's not as many people. I don't know. What do you want me to look at, Dave? I slept last night from 5:30 when we got in our room until I'm walking out further until like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I was really tired. And then we got up and I just put my suit on and we walked along. I walked along all this beach, found some shells, and I'm going to zoom in on this boat to see what it is. I don't know, it's been South Sea Cruises, okay. And Dave wants me to zoom in on this island. There's a bunch of islands all around. It's just, I don't know. It's beautiful, hot, and I love it. Mountains. It's a little island. Second, Dave's calling me. Just a minute. I don't know what these boats are. What's this? Dive boat, maybe, I think. Huh? Okay, so anyway, we're gonna just chill out today, and tomorrow night I think, I don't know, when are we going out to eat?
Tomorrow night.
I thought...
Tomorrow night's Monday night with the rest of the group.
Okay, we're going out with the rest of our little group that came from Australia to Fiji to a really neat restaurant. They're gonna go again?
Yeah, well, I guess.
I don't
Just here,
think
though.
so.
No, just here we'll go.
Okay, so good night. Oh, Dave, this is cool. Okay, I had to stop recording a while ago because the condensation was built up on the tape, and now I finally got it working and the sun sets down. This is our room inside, and it's kind of messy right now, but and a TV, And here's our bathroom. It's a good sized bathroom. Dave's doing his underwear. Yeah. How you doing, Dave?
Hi.
Okay. Well, we just got room service, and there's a beautiful bird of paradise flower with it. Let's see what it looks like. We just ordered hamburgers, and yep, that's it. Okay, bye. Okay, here we are. We're gonna go on a tour. There's our. Oh, and there's Dan. Hi, Dan.
How are you?
Oh, okay.
Miss Solo.
Solo.
Pula Vinaka. Pula. And of course, not forgetting your man Daniel at the back, relaxing. Okay, so just to quickly brief you that we will be, our first visit will be Lautoka City this afternoon.
We have to walk out here.
All right, look at this place here where we have here is the golf course, the Mineral Record Golf Club. And here to your left is part of the Sheraton Royal, which has been closed for some times. And of course, this one's used to land on your left. And of course, the 5-star Hilton Hotel is also coming on the far side on the left of this property. They are building up this place for the Hilton. And you can see here to your left is Denarau Marina. That's where you see all the yachts and boats connecting tourists to the other islands from here. If you take a boat out here to go to the furthest island mainland. So now it's under repair, thank God for this, otherwise you just have to see yourself swimming across. This is where Salt Over Jet takes its toll. Salt Over Jet, it goes through under the bridge and then it goes around the Denarau River. Now these bushes that you see here on both sides of the road, these are called the mangroves. These are the mangrove tree. And of course these mangroves, they are useful mangroves. And it shelter marine lives, and we also use them as medicinal herbs. And of course we have a lot of swampy area along those mangroves. But thank God we don't have any crocodiles nor alligators, but we have a lot of these mud lobsters and mud crabs that most of our women go catching them with their bare hands for food. So from the Denarau Island, living down the trees on Monkey Port. We use these monkey port trees. We make furnitures, and also we make carvings, wooden bowl, Fijian carving artifacts that you can see handicrafts are made from the tree of a monkey port. Okay, you see sugarcane onto your right hand side as we drive along here. There's something that I'd like to show you up ahead here in the front. And just to give you some idea what are some of the plants we grow in Fiji. Now, as we come to a halt up in the front here, I'd like to divert your attention to your right. Can you see all those bushes, those skinny, tall stem plants? Can you see that?
Yes.
With those kind of like finger leaf shapes. Can you see that? Can somebody tell me what are those plants in row that you can see here?
I don't know.
Marijuana?
No, marijuana.
No, not marijuana. That's tapioca.
Oh, tapioca.
Yeah, those are the tapiocas you can see on your right hand side. Find them on the roadside. Don't be surprised and don't get shocked when you see them eating very close to the roadside. That's something of most of our natives and villages, they prefer to have the animals along the road. We find it more easier for them to travel to and fro. Now here to your right is a Fijian village, as you see on the far side there. Most of the homes like this located near to each other in a portion of a land. This is what a Fijian looks like, Fijian village looks like. Now here to your right, you can see most of these homes. We live together in clans or tribes through 100 years ago, through generation until today. And these are the homes of the native people. You'll find them also bury their loved ones, like on the right. They bury their loved ones beside their homes, and this is one way. Most of them, because the land belongs to them, that's why they bury their loved ones. Otherwise, we have a cemetery ground for the village people, where they can be buried out of the village. Just ahead of us, as you can see here, more of these large shady trees. The monkey port or rain tree, which is more than 100 years old on the left. These are some of the big, huge trees that's standing right here as the landmark of those olden days here in Fiji. As we have a school here, just on the left. I'll be also talking to you about education this morning, as we first try to concentrate on the scenery as we make our drive out of this Denarau Road to connect us to the main highway that will take us to the second largest city of Lautoka. Now, right from here, as we come right up ahead of us, on to your right is Nandi Primary School. This is the elementary school we have here in Nandi, one of the many of the primary schools that we have. Now, right now we are on the main highway. This is the road that runs all around the island. The one that we are concentrating now is called the King's Highway. It goes on to the upper side of Fiji to Suva. The King's is about 300 kilometers. The one behind us goes also to Suva. It's called the Queen's. It's about 200 kilometers. So total road is about 500 kilometers. It'll take a whole day for me, but it'll take 2 days for you because you stopped at Peter's. There's a mosque on the left. You'll see a better one too today in Lautoka. So as we concentrate, this is one way to control speeding traffic. Speed bumps.
He's on his
speed humps.
Oh, speed. I thought he was on a
bumps.
person.
Sleeping policeman.
Oh, look at that.
Now this is one of the traditional grasslands house. We'll get a better one in the village today. That's a bure, B-U-R-E, made of bamboo grasslands and bamboos. Today we hardly have a lot of these homes in our villages because we have experienced a lot of hurricanes and cyclones. So most natives prefer concrete and timber buildings today. So this will be a last hop of the speed humps, and as we go over it, we have another residential area ahead of us. Just on the left here, we have a place called Kennedy Avenue. Now this place, once we had a retired Scotland Yard detective who came into Fiji in the 1800s, Mr. Kennedy, and he bought this property from the native Fijians. And today they're running real estate, subdividing blocks of land here, where business people like you and me can buy them and build a home, as you can see on your left. As with those blocks of land, well fenced, you can see it's about quarter to half an acre. In a double-story building, something you would invest something more than 100,000 Fiji dollars. All properly electricity and water supply, proper sewage, and that's something that we have in these homes, and they'll be given out for rent. And local people like me who rent on a 2-bedroom house like Kennedy Avenue, I'd be paying something like 300 Fiji dollars a month. Now here we see most of our Indian business people in Fiji. They buy a lot of this land and build homes, and they rent it out to local who come to stay in Nandi. Now further on to your left hand side, these are some of the homes belong to Asian people who comes to invest money in Fiji. And they buy these homes and they build or cost more than 50 to 100,000 Fiji dollars. This place is beginning to become a business residential area for our local and foreigners who come to live in Kennedy Avenue. Not forgetting one of its kind, McDonald's, here on the left. The American Embassy, I heard. But believe me, this is the slowest McDonald's in the whole wide world. It's always on Fijian time. Don't trust them, they're going to give you on time. Whenever you want a Big Mac, you just make an order from the hotel before you leave. Okay, so as we concentrate driving through more and more on this residential area, that's why we're going to see a lot of developing is taking place here in Nandi. As we are the 3rd largest town, we're beginning to be well known as a tourist jet set town. A lot of investors are coming to Nandi. A lot of people around the island are flocking into this small place because now we believe that tourism is something of a main industry on Fiji that helps a lot of employment and also at the same time business people to invest to stay here in Nandi. This place is called Beverly Hills Estate, on to your right. A lot of Japanese love the name Beverly, so they start building homes. Unfortunately, little did they know that the history behind the land here is reclaimed land, swampy. So 10 years from today is going to be another story for them. And here we have a lot of cars being sold in our local markets, as you can see. Most of the cars are being sold here are reconditioned and second-hand cars. Most of our cars are imported from Japan. And for a reconditioned second-hand car, we sell them from 10 to 30,000 Fiji dollars. And if you want to buy a new Toyota Cressida here, it costs you something like 60,000 Fiji dollars. As we concentrate more on through the residential drive here, as you can see more buildings, I would like to bring you close some of the very interesting facts about Fiji. According to our Fijian legend, about 3,000 years ago, my forefathers set sail from the southeast via the Indonesian islands, arriving here. When they first arrived here, the coast, which is on the left, and the mountains on the right, they landed along the coast, and when they first landed here, most authorities agree that my forefathers came into this island from a place called Lake Tanganyika in East Africa. Then from the coast, they made their way through mountain ranges, looking for more homes as they traveled through the mountains, breaking branches of trees to make tracks. Finally, they settled in the highlands, and everybody came up with the idea, we have to name this island. So everybody had, oh my, we did a lot of breaking branches of trees during our journey. That's a tough job for us, so why not we call it Vitika, which means breaking branches of trees. The word Vitika is a Fijian word, breaking branches of trees. V-I-T-I-K-A. Soon, everybody came to an agreement. We'll call this island Viti, from the word Vitika. So until today, the island is called Viti, V-I-T-I. The Polynesians came to realize the island's got a name called Viti, and they pronounced the word Viti as fishy. So through the Polynesians, then came the Europeans, and they came to know the island's called Fiji, and they pronounce it as Fiji. So that gives you an idea why we call the island Fiji. Well, that's a long story, but that's a fact. Well, folks, ladies and gentlemen, Fiji is a small dot located in the world map. And of course, this is one island that you'll see located 15 degrees to 22 degrees south of the equator. And we do also have this small island located just across the international date line. That makes us a gateway of a new day. Last year was one of the memorial years for us to celebrate the new millennium by having Fiji as the first island shown live on the worldwide television where the first sun rises. Not only that, but we also enjoy the celebration of every visitor like who cross the line visiting their birthday twice in a year. Or sometimes missed out on a birthday. That's what can happen if you cross the line. And of course, here on the island of Fiji, ladies and gentlemen, we have Fiji more than 332 islands. 1/3 of these 300 islands are inhabited. This is due to a lack of water supply and lots of rocks that nobody live among them. From the 332 islands we have, this is the main large island, Viti Levu. Then we have the second largest island, Vanua Levu, way up in the north. From the two main islands, plus the other outlying islands, it brings the whole total area of Fiji landmass, 18,300 square kilometers. Now this is one of the shopping area of Nadi. The place is called Namaka. This is where most people work as a civil servants for the aviation and the airports. They look after the control towers, the weather stations, radio plus many more. They all live along here. This is kind of supermarket that you see there close by, convenient to meet the needs and demands of the local consumers that we have around this area. Fiji's population is about 800,000. Wow. This comprises 50% Fijians, 43% Indians. These are the two dominant races. And then we have other people, part Europeans, Chinese, other Pacific Islanders, this here, the rest. Then of course, we do always experience warm and pleasant climate throughout the year. Our summer is from November to April, and our winter is from May to October. This is summer, which we're coming to an end. And of course, when we have winter, that's come from May to October. Summer, very hot. Sometimes we experience like close to 40 Celsius or close to 100 Fahrenheit. And of course, we get something like 80-90% humidity. That's burning. When you see, I always warn tourists like you, if you see my nose gets red, bad sign for you. Winter, which is normally cold and dry, this is during May to October. When we get cold, something like 18 Celsius. This is quite very cold for us. But I'm glad we don't have snow. That's 18 Celsius, 36, there's about 60 to 70 Fahrenheit. And here to your left is the Nadi International Airport. This is once you were used by the Allied soldiers who were here during the Second World War, protecting Fiji from the Japanese invasion. They were using this as the Air Force base. But until 1960, then we had that this airport was open for commercial flights. Thank God we didn't have any Japanese invasion in Fiji. Only happened in Solomon Islands and Papua New Guinea. And of course, those soldiers from the United States and from the British Army also, they were here. They were protecting the island, but they were having a good holiday time with us. But that was something that we were very happy with, that no Japanese invasion in Fiji. Once they heard that you were here, they didn't want to make any effort of coming to commit suicide. Right now, as we make our way out here, seeing more of the airport, Evergreen International, some of the air cargos from the United States,